Good morning, my dear students. So, next topic we'll be discussing in VC++ is called exception handling, right? So, exception handling is also an important question. It has been asked in a few year question papers. So, but the exception handling concept is not new to you. Whatever I'm going to tell you now, you have already studied. So, whatever you have studied in C++, the same concept only we are going to use in VC++. Only the thing you should remember extra will be some MFC classes that can be used to create exceptions is what you have to remember. Okay. First, if exception handling is asked, I would ask you to write the same program whatever you have is studied in C++, so it will be easy. You can cover the concept and maybe include the MFC classes alone. So that is what we are going to do today in this class, right? First of all, what I mean by an exception? Exception means error. So when I'm executing my program, if the flow of the program is going to be normal, it executes properly and gives me a proper output, then there are no errors. So if at all, when I'm executing my program and there is going to be an error, so it's going to be abnormal execution wherein I have some condition outside the program's control. Okay, so program has to go outside the control because there was an error which has occurred in the during the execution of the program. So this is called as an error or an exception, right? So what error are we talking about? Say for example, there can be syntax error, there can be also a logical error. So syntax error only means a keyword is there is some spelling mistake, so that you will find out when during compilation itself. So these exceptions which we wanted to handle are the exceptions which will happen during the runtime. So whenever such exception happens, error happens during the runtime, so we wanted to think of all the scenarios, all the different ways of handling the error, and then we are going to use exception handling techniques to handle those errors, right? So what errors are we talking about? For example, out of memory. Okay, so when I'm creating an array of say 10 is the size of the array, but I'm trying to store more numbers, more values in that array, then there is going to be a condition called out of memory. Division by zero, it's a very easy concept. It's an error whenever I'm trying to divide a number by zero, then it cannot happen. Okay, that infinity will be the answer, which cannot happen in our calculations and computer calculations. So that is a error. So let us take that error as a basic example, division by zero, and then try to create an exception in today's class, right? So before that, we will get into the concept. This concept you already know. So how do you handle exceptions? So you can handle exception using try, throw, catch. So you can handle exceptions using try, throw, and catch. So this is going to be the exception handling procedure which we are going to follow. So try, what do you do in try is try the normal flow. It deals with the normal behavior of the program. So in try, you are just going to see if there is a normal execution. If there is a normal execution, then your control will not be transferred to throw or catch. Okay, try will allow your program to execute normally. If it execute normally, then it will not control the transfer to throw or catch. You understand? If at all an error occurs, okay, if at all an error occurs, immediately the control will be going to the throw. So control will be going to throw where the error is going to be thrown. How you want to throw the error is using catch. So these are the different sections you have: try section, throw section, and catch section. Try section will actually try for a normal execution. If at all that normal execution doesn't happen, the control will go to the throw section. So throw section will tell you what error has happened, and according to that error it will go to the catch section and throw you the formatted error. Okay, so can I not leave this error? Will the system anyways not give me the error? Yes, it will give. That error the system is going to give you will be abrupt. Okay, it may be shocking also. It will be like a warning for you. So you don't want the user to end up getting that particular error. So I want to handle it in a more smoother way. So I'll handle it in a more smoother way. I will all give a message which the user will understand. So I want to give a message however the user is going to understand. Okay, this is the what do you say, the concept behind using this try, throw, catch, right? So the error I'm going to handle in my own way, so which is not going to be abrupt or raw for the user, right? That's going to be the idea behind it. What happens if there is an error? In try there was an error, so the cursor is going to be transferred to throw. Okay, in throw, so your it's going to note down what was the value of the error or what was the error exactly. So I told you the error is going to be division by 0. There can be many errors and you can catch all the errors, right? So first of all, you're going to see what kind of error I have got. Throw will tell me this is the kind of error I got. Okay, so what you can say, so when I get an error, so if this is an error, I want this particular message to be displayed, or I want this particular code or error code or a number or any value, I want the value to be displayed. So throw will tell me what value I wanted to throw, right? It is just going to tell you what value it is going to throw. Will it throw that value now? No, it will not throw that value in this particular section. It is going to say this is the error you have got, so this is what I wanted to give the messages. I want the message to be, so let us say, a text message. So for example, I'm going to say the error you have got is division by 0. So the text I want to tell you is this. So there was a division by 0 error, so you don't give say b as 0, something like that. I want to give that kind of an error. I'm going to say what value I wanted to assign, right? What value I wanted to throw, what value I want the user to see, right? Now what happens after throw is done, the cursor is going to switch to the catch clause. Catch clause has to be executed. So there can be different errors and you can have different throw for various types of errors. So it will try to match if that particular error is going to throw value is going to match with this particular catch clause. So once it finds a match, then what it does, catch will tell you how are you going to give the error. How are you going to display that error to the user? That is what is the work of the catch class. So if abnormal behavior occurs, the control is transferred from the try throw section to where? To the catch section. So catch section's work is now it has to match. It will have various different catches. So there will be different catches written. It will try to match the catch with the throw section. Whatever value I have given, it will try to match it, and then it starts its execution. So it will throw the actual value. Throwing actually happens here, right? So when where the user is going to catch the error. Okay, so all these clauses all starts and ends with this curly braces. So you have to remember all these going to clauses are going to start and end with curly braces. So if you see an example, you will understand what it is. Let us see. I want to start a program. I have three variables a, b and c, of which I am going to what input two variables. I'm going to see in a and c in b. Two variables I have taken as input. Okay, so what is my doubt is, if at all in the input, depending on the input value, I wanted to try, okay, give a try, if b value is equal to 0. If b value is not equal to 0, I have no problem. But if b value is equal to 0, I have a problem. So why it is a problem? Because I'm going to divide a by b. C is equal to a by b. If b is 0, it becomes a division by 0 error. So I don't want it to wait until I divide and then it throws an exception. I don't want to wait until that. Before that only, I'm going to check if b is equal to 0. Yes, if b is equal to 0, you know that definitely an error is going to occur. So what are you going to do? You're going to have introduce a throw clause there. I'm going to say throw. What I wanted to throw, the value here is division by 0. The text value I wanted to throw, right? How I want the value to be thrown, how I do that? I'm going to do that using what? A catch clause. See here, throw only gives the value. Okay, that value will be displayed to the user only in the catch clause. See here, see out is used only in the catch clause. So we are going to here, catch is going to match the value present. So if it is a text, okay, if it is a text, so if it is going to be the error caused by this division by 0, then it is going to say see out that particular value. Whatever value was there in the throw will be the value, will be the passing parameter for this catch clause, and that passing parameter is what is going to be see out. So see out is going to be that value, division by 0. I'll also execute this program and show you in VC++ how try catch or exception handling is going to work. Okay, remember the same example only I've taken because it'll be easy for you to write. So will you be able to write this example in your program, in your exam? If exception handling is asked, you can write a theory of whatever we have seen now plus this example, right? Since it is VC++, it will be nice if we can include some of the MFC classes also that can be used for exception handling, right? So let me list out all those. So we have a few uh, classes here. So these belongs to MFC class. C memory exception, out of memory, whenever you get a out of memory exception, that can be handled using C memory exception. So that is going to be one of the exception handling. Seal file exception for file errors, right? C archive exception. For archive and serialization, we are going to study what is serialization and archiving. So for that, you have to use this particular class called C archive exception. Then for database exceptions, errors in databases, you have to use this particular MFC class called CDB exception. So CDB exception. Resource allocation, for example, creating a menu, okay, adding a picture, adding an icon, all these I told you these are all resources in VC++. If you get an error in that, so that can be handled using the MFC class C resource exception. So just try to remember 2-3 MFC class which is associated with exception handling. That will be enough, right? This is all about your exception handling in VC++, right? Yes. Okay, now let us see one example program for exception handling, right? So as you know, what have we done? We have actually have taken the hello world program only. Actually, you can see the coding also of hello world. So I just wanted to check whether the same method steps I don't want to repeat it again. So we already know the steps you have seen. Even we have video for creating an hello world program. We'll just take that simple program, hello world program, where we had a C++ source code, if you remember, an empty project and a C++ source code. So there I have written this code. Just see the coding first, the same coding. So I have int a comma b comma c. So I'm going to say enter the value of a, enter the value of b. Two values will be entered. If the value of b is equal to 0, then the throw class I'm going to show here, right? So if there is no error, then automatically it will divide. Nothing is going to happen. C is equal to a by b. C's value will be there. If at all you get an error, what happens is, if at all, if it is a division by 0 error, it has to be caught by your catch class. So same example, just look at the way it is executed, right? Yeah, the steps are going to be same as that your hello world program. I have not added anything. Okay, it's the same steps. Right. So this is a program. Let us see how do we execute this particular program, right? So I'm compiling the program, no errors. So I'm going to build it. Right, I have to give the value of a and value of b. So I'm going to try giving the value of a as 25 and b is equal to 0. So I'm going to see if the error exception is coming. Yes, division by 0. Division is not possible is the exception you got, right? So we will just take a look at that exception one more time. So what we did, we have built it. Yes, and then this is the exception we got. Okay, so error. So I have given the same sentence there. Throw will only tell me what is the error, okay, what is the value. Okay, catch is the one which will display the value for the user. So using catch, we are displaying this error, division by 0, division not possible. That's it. Press any key to continue is the default one. So this is what has happened. Just take a look at the program again. So you will see that that's the error I'm throwing. Okay, based on this particular value, my catch will be matched, and this particular value, whatever is the passing parameter, that parameter I'm going to do a cout. So should I do a cout? Can I use a message box? Yeah, you can use a message box. So you can also write a application, MFC class application, using all these exceptions and using message box and dialog boxes also, right? Yes. Right, so that's it for today. This is a normal execution. That's it for today. This is about all about exception handling, right? Yes, thank you.